This is a Kabir Das Doha. It's going to be profound, it's going to be deep, and maybe tough. तिलंग बाणी भक्ता की कबीर जी एक ओंकार सतगुर prasad. So with God's blessings we are able to read this and try and understand it today. बेद कदेब इफ्तरा बाई दिल का फिकर न जाई. So I am going to dip into me being a psychotherapist here, right? And I have always told you, if you've followed my videos, that there is a alignment and a very strong connection between what science, neuroscience, psychology teaches us and what is really there in the scriptures. So this starts by saying that your Vedas, your scriptures, all the religious texts that you read, the information, the wisdom, let's just call it information, everything that's wise and wisdom and all the information that you read, all the information that it's doing is sitting in your head. It is making you feel intelligent. It is giving you information, yes, but all of that is make-believe. Why is it make-believe? Because it is disconnected with the heart. It is not able to satisfy the anxiety, the nervousness of what your heart is feeling. This, by the way, is exactly what therapy is. There is a strong connection between the mind and the heart. The mind knows everything, okay? It knows it doesn't have to drink. It knows it should not lie. It knows it should not betray. It should not cheat. It should not, do wrong things. And yet, we do all of it. We know we should not be shouting. We should not be hitting. And yet, we do all of it. Why? Because it is the heart that takes over. In therapy, in psychology, based on how the neuroscience behavior is of the human being, it tells us that it is the heart that governs everything around us. There is a strong connection between the heart and the brain. There is a bridge that connects the two. Unfortunately, what happens is the people who are wise, who are so-called gurus, so-called jnanis, people who call themselves as guides to us, they focus so much on information and knowledge. They are regurgitating information. But is that information really being processed? Is that information being experienced? Because if it is experienced, then you should experience peace. You should experience calm. You should experience a sense of strength that not only you, but the people around you can feel. So really, you can read as many scriptures, Ved and Kateb and books and information and knowledge, and go on YouTube, go on Google, read about everything. But at the end, it's just information, and that information is not enough, because that information doesn't give you any agency to control your life. Because in the end, it is the heart that tells you what you need to do. It is the heart that causes you to feel underconfident. It is the heart that introduces fear inside of you. It is the heart that introduces any kind of doubt or suspense inside of you. Tuk dam karari jo kare, hajir hajur khudai. So what do? So if this is how we are beginning, that there is a strong connection between the mind and the heart, that is what the first line has established, and just leaning on the mind and leaning on the scriptures is not enough for us to feel good about anything. What do? You have to learn to find that faith. You have to learn to depend and lean on that one power, whatever that power is in your head. Even if you think from therapy point of view, there has to be some kind of dependency on something. It could be you, a belief system that you carry, because once you depend on what? The faith of what? Faith that gives you hope. Faith could be God, faith could be universe, faith could be your own attributes and your own skills. But faith is important, my friend, because it is faith that gives you hope. And when you have that hope, when you find that faith, you are able to find and sense God. You are able to sense a power. You are able to feel a sense of strength around you. That strength cannot be felt if you don't have faith. Bande खोज दिल हर रोज ना फिर परेशानी maha. And that is why the scripture tells, remember to find your heart every day, right? Because it is your heart that controls how confident you feel. It is your heart that controls your body language, that then allows you to utilize that information you have. If your heart is not at peace, if you're in a state of distress, panic, anxiety, angst, overwhelm, doesn't matter how intelligent you are, doesn't matter how much information you know, it is a waste. So how do you tap into that heart? How do you give yourself peace? And this is exactly what right therapy is. The right therapy is a bottom-up approach where you are starting therapy from the brain stem, from the limbic system, from the nervous system, making the client, the patient feel peace, calm, safe within themselves, and then leaning them, taking them to the experiences and unblocking them. It starts with faith, love, safety. So don't forget to find that in your day-to-day life. यह जो दुनिया से हर मेला, you see, this world is nothing but an exhibition of tricks, of pony tricks. That's all it is. It is a circus. And there's so much happening around you, everyone doing so many things around you, that if you focus your attention on any one of those tricks, it becomes your sense of reality. And that is how you lose your sense of faith. You decouple from your heart because you start thinking only with your mind, and you become hyper-focused on whatever it is you're seeing. And that is a problem, because guess what? Dasatgiri nahi. There is no support that is coming from this world. You get so obsessed with things that you want to do because there is so much of underconfidence inside of you, because maybe there is a disconnect between your two lobes, between your mind, between your details and your emotions, that you latch on to feeling fame, feeling significant, having power, having money, having possessions as your sense of identity, to show to the world that you are strong, that you have a sense of self-worth, that you start depending upon that, and you think that is the support that you need. But really, that is not the support. The tricks that you see, the mela that is around you, the circus that is around you, none of that is the support system. So what is the support system then? Raha, darog pad khushi hoi, bekhabar baad bakar. The saddest part is, before I come to the support system, what it continues, and it says that, because you see, what you look, what you believe becomes your sense of reality, right? And if you're focusing on some kind of a circus trick, a pony trick, that becomes your reality, and you think, oh my God, I need money, I need fame, I need power, I need this materialistic thing to exercise my right and feel good about myself, that becomes your falsity, that becomes your truth. That is what it is. Darog pad khushi hoi. You feel you are trying to get gratification and satisfaction by reading falsity. That falsehood becomes your sense of identity and reality. That is so sad. Bekhabar, you ignorant fool, you silly person, you have no idea that is not what is life. That is not what is connected to your heart. That is not what is going to give you true agency over your life, your dreams and your successes. It's not going to give you peace and happiness. Hak sach khalak khalak miyane. Siyam murat nahi. What is the truth? When you have that faith, remember I asked you, so what do we do? What we do is we tap into that heart. We remember it said, find your heart every day. Find what is it that your heart needs every day. And to find what your heart needs, what do you need? Faith. Faith, why? Because faith gives us hope. And coming back, when you have faith, when you lean on that faith, you see that your master, the creator of the universe, has the honest truth, has infused himself, the truth, honesty, into everything around you. It is there, his creations, it is there in everything that you're experiencing. What is there in everything that you're experiencing? A sense of vulnerability, a sense of truth, a sense of honesty, a sense of hope, a sense of faith. And that sense and all these emotions cannot be achieved with or from a statue. That statue is what the Bani is saying right now is, it is associating or mapping a statue to all that information that is there in your head. You think, oh, just because there's a statue in front of me, or there's an idol in front of me, that idol is the answer to all my powers, to all my problems. I am reading all these books, I'm understanding what to do, I'm becoming I'm becoming an intelligent person, and this information is enough for me to process all the difficulties that I have. But it is not. And that is life. Doesn't matter how intelligent you are, how great you are. It is a fallacy if you think that you can be at peace. Peace comes from seeing the world, accepting that you are fluid, you're organic, accepting that you are part of a truth, which means that everything about you, your deficits also is part of nature, it is part of the creation, it's part of the truth. You don't try and run away from your deficits. No, you own it. You own the darkness inside of you. You own the negatives inside of you, because that is what makes you powerful. That is what makes you unique. And that is what this text is all about. It is about seeing the creations around us. It's about seeing and understanding that God is around us. God is within us. He is the one who created us. Then why am I trying to become someone else? What I need to do is connect my mind and heart. Do I need information for both? Yes, I need information for both. Do I need personal growth? Absolutely, I need personal growth. And maybe the connection of both is what's going to give me both personal and professional growth. Coming back, if you start believing in faith, if you start believing in a universal power, if you begin to seek truth and honesty and transparency in creations around you and in yourself, then think of it like, the 10th gate of the heaven has opened up, and from there the ambrosial nectar is flowing, because that is what traditionally and historically the Bani has said. But if the practical you doesn't believe in that, think of that faith being a sense of power, a vortex of power that it is giving to you. And once you attach, once you feel that vortex going around you, once you feel yourself bathing in that vortex, it dispels your doubt, because it makes you feel a sense of faith, a sense of courage within yourself, a sense that you are not alone, you are not desolate, you are not a discarded piece that the Creator made. No, my friend, you are within yourself exactly how the Creator wanted you to be. You are exactly what He wanted, because there is a plan for you, but that plan cannot be materialized if you don't accept yourself. For that you need faith. And what I just said, I'm just going to read it. आसमान में आने लहंग दरिया गुसल करदन बूद. Basically, if what they are saying right now is the 10th gate where the nectar is coming, and you take a dip in the nectar, but what I explained in terms of practicality and therapy is just that. Think of it like a vortex of thought, a vortex of power that you dip into, that you bathe in, that dispels all your doubts. And the dispels of doubt is what is written further also, right? Which is kar fakar daim lai chashme jahataha madud. What does that mean? That once you believe that the doubts dispelling, what is the doubts dispelling? In the world of spirituality, what does that mean? It means that you are able to lean on that faith, see that faith, experience that faith so much that you that is it. You're able to see it and experience it in a way that it becomes ubiquitous to you. It becomes omnipresent to you. And that is what it says. It is mahjood. It is mawjood. It is there. It is present everywhere around you. What is mawjood? Why is it mawjood? Because right now you have the lens, the chashme, the lens, the spectacles of faith, because you are leaning to faith that is giving you a sense of hope, a hope that every cell of your body can experience, a hope that every ounce of your thinking can believe. And that is why your mind and heart got connected, and that is how your heart is able to feel the peace that is then able to dip into your mind and then make you so successful as a person, something that you only dreamed of. But it all starts with the heart, and that, by the way, is again the core of therapy. But coming back, Allah Pak hai. See, that faith is pure, it's pristine. It doesn't matter what is the name of the faith, whether you are a God-fearing person, whether you are not, whether you believe in the universe or the energies, it does not matter. Honestly, spirituality is not about that. But that faith is important, and that faith is pure, it is pristine. But if you are doubtful, right? Allah Pak hai, shak karo je dusar hoye. Only if you begin to doubt that, it is only then that you find support, and you try to find support in other things, right? Only then another thought enters. Because if you're strong in your faith, you know you are complete. You know you have what you need to have to go fight that battle and to go win that battle. You will proceed. But when you feel you're incomplete, then you start looking for something else. You're grappling for faith. You're grappling for a explanation in something else, because you lack purity. You don't have belief in the Creator and the creation. No, you don't. You are utilizing your life with just your mind, your frontal cortex. You can have all the information and read everything that you want, but you won't be able to control your life and feel a sense of calm. You are running a race against yourself. You're trying to escape yourself. That is the saddest truth. The last line, Kabir karam kareem ka, oh kare jane soe. Please realize, Kabir ji, that the Lord is merciful. That Creator, that power, that universe, those energies are nothing but grace, nothing but mercy. It is created, it is there to bathe you in it, to give you all of that sense and all of that power. There is no other purpose for that creation. If you accept that, you are able to realize that it is there for a reason. It is there only if you accept that it is there. It is there only if you want to believe it is there. It enables you, it grows you, it builds you up, but only if you allow it to build up. That connection between the mind and the heart is real.